Joining me now is Sky News contributor Tina McQueen and New South Wales Independent MP Tania Mihailuk. Hello to both of you. Huge day. We're finally going to the polls. Now, look, what I've noticed particularly over the last week is Labor trying to really infiltrate social media. In fact, it engaged social media influencers to attend the budget lockup, would you believe, and help spruik its tax cuts. And apparently Labor also needs spots on sex and lifestyle podcasts to sell the budget. Have a listen.
Delulu. Can use it in a sentence.
I must be Delulu, but I feel like he was giving me the eyes.
Delusional.
Perfect.
Boom.
Yep.
Like
Okay, next one.
Peter Dutton on nuclear power costs. Delulu.
I dare you to
Do you
drop that
reckon
in
I
the
could
speech.
do that?
Delulu with no
drop that in the
Salulu.
speech?
We've got budget week next week. Listen up. Be a little in-joke between the three of us and all of your
And the
Punters.
crew.
The
Yeah.
three of us and the punters.
Well, Mr. Speaker, they are Delulu with no Salulu.
Yes, well, great to see the Prime Minister taking advice from the sex and lifestyle podcast in the middle of a cost of living crisis, of all things, Tania. Look, I think that we don't need that sort of lingo in the Parliament. We need clear and cut-through messaging, not Albo trying to be cool and fun. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he's just such a great pretender, Albanese, isn't he? I mean, trying to make it out that he can relate to young people and he understands what they're going through. I think this election's going to be decided by the mums and dads out in the outer suburbs and in regional parts of Australia, and they couldn't care less what sort of fun and games he's having with some of these podcast influencers. I mean, that's all fun and games for him, but the reality is people are doing it tough. They have had no relief whatsoever from the cost of living pressure for 3 years now. Everything Albanese announced in 2022 has not come to fruition. He promised energy relief. That hasn't been a reality. He's now suggesting there's going to be $5 tax cuts in a couple of years' time. Whoopie doopie. How's that going to help anyone? Yeah. And what they've announced 2 days ago in the budget, I think, has just been appalling. It's treating Australians like mugs. There's nothing in there that's going to help ordinary Australians whatsoever. Watching his press conference today, waving around the Medicare card as if that's even a consideration. The coalition is backing Medicare.
Yes.
He just wants to create a Medicare campaign. He wants to act, that he's everyone's friend and hang out on social media. It's all pathetic.
But Labor is very clever with their social media campaign. I mean, I don't like any of that rubbish either, the podcasts, and election time I don't think they mean too much, but they're very smart with their social media campaigns, and this is where Liberals do have to really engage more in the social media world. We need that younger vote, and that we need to aim through that. So,
But I just wonder who Labor is trying to target here.
Oh, look, they're
This
just
sort of
young
messaging.
women,
What
I think.
demographic? What
Yeah.
demographic
Young
are they
women.
trying to when they go Delulu, whatever, Salulu, whatever he was saying?
young
there.
women and just generally cool. He
Yeah.
wants to be cool. I mean, I think it just makes me sick. I
distraction.
can't.
I agree. I just think it's a distraction,
It's a
Tina, to be
distraction.
quite honest, that he's taking advice from
But
this
they're covering
podcast.
every aspect where they can place adverts and try and win a vote over. They're super cool at this. They're very good at it, and I think we're going to lift up our game. Liberals will do that in the social media.
All right, well, stay tuned for that. And look, I want to speak more actually about ads because the major parties have released their early campaign ads. The coalition's message is let's get Australia back on track. Have a look.
We live in the best country in the world. But right now, it's at a turning point. Too many are having to make sacrifices just to afford the weekly shop and pay their bills. This election is a choice about who can help Australians get ahead by managing our economy better. In the last 2 years under Labor, Australia has had the biggest fall in living standards in the developed world. Australia can't afford to continue on its current path. Let's get our country back on track so you can get ahead.
And Labor is focusing on turning a corner.
Over the last 3 years, we've faced a lot of challenges and we've achieved a lot together. We delivered a tax cut for every taxpayer and energy bill relief for every household. We've taken action on climate change. And as the first government with the majority of women, we've put gender equality at the heart of every decision. We're going to keep fighting for you because now is not a time for cutting and wrecking. It's a time for building Australia's future. Together.
And that's just the start. I'm sure, Tina, as it goes on, we'll see Dutton painted as this big, bad, boogeyman. But two very different strategies.
Based on that, we win.
Why do you say
Without
that?
question. I think if there's a sincerity and a truth in that, I mean, turn the corner to go where? Down the hill, back where we came from, to nowhere? It's ridiculous. I think there's a solid message in the Liberal ad and a sincerity and authenticity, which Dutton has. But Albo, you can see, is just, it makes no sense.
It's the Labor ad's very like bang, 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 bang,
It's
bang,
about volatility.
bang.
They want people to feel uncomfortable and have anxiety. I mean, that's what that is. It's trying to capitalise on the volatility that we're seeing internationally.
That they've created.
Well, in part, and they want people to feel, look, let's stay with what you have now. And that's what this is about. That's what that ad is about. It's about sort of creating that kind of anxiety in voters to think that they don't want change, and it's a worry to some extent. I thought Dutton's ad there was excellent because it's a bit of ambition, there's a vision, and Tina's quite right, it was very sincere.
And there's
living standards have gone down and
Yeah.
people need to, and now's the time to act. We can't wait, we can't have another 3 more years of Labor killing our living standards.
Dutton's ad makes you feel there's a safeness about it where you're almost being embraced, and I think that'll work.
Yeah, but this turn the corner line that Labor is now peddling out, turn the corner where?
hope-
Where are we turning the corner?
I hope they keep that up.
Absolutely. Now, look, I just want to get onto another story because taxpayers have forked out more than $35,000 on a single sit-stand desk designed as a prototype for parliamentarians by the Department of Parliamentary Services. Tania, is this another reason why we need Doge?
We absolutely need Doge in Australia, don't we? But, why do they do what everybody else does? Go to IKEA or Kmart or, Officeworks. There's a lot of other places you can buy a much cheaper desk. It's appalling to think that $35,000 per whatever this new desk is being handed out to public servants. What a luxurious expense at a time that people are feeling the pinch. I mean, it is just arrogance, really, isn't it?
Total arrogance.